Good evening. My name is Hera Charlier. I'm president here at Central Lakes College, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the 2018 Central Lakes College Brainerd Campus Liberal Arts and Sciences Commencement Ceremony. Tonight's program begins on page 14. Please continue standing for the presentation of colors and our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Thank you, Mr. Anderson and the Central Lakes College Community Band for that amazing performance of the national anthem and, of course, our prelude music. Thank you also to Casey Marshall, who posted colors this evening. In follow-up to our national anthem, we would like to recognize the CLC students and graduates who serve or who have served our country. Our military graduates are recognizable tonight by the red, white, and blue Patriot cord they're wearing. Also, of course, present are many CLC employees and audience members who have served the United States of America. Will all current and former military service men and women please stand to be recognized? Thank you for your service. Graduation is a tremendous time of celebration. For our graduates, it's a celebration of accomplishment and new beginnings. For our employees, it's a celebration of student success. And for families and friends, it's a time to celebrate and recognize the achievement of a son, a daughter, a relative, or a special friend. Let's begin tonight by welcoming the many people who have come together to honor our graduates. First, joining me on the platform this evening are Kari Christensen, Vice President of Administrative Services, Joy Bodine, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, Paul Hoffman, Marine and Power Sports Instructor, Osiris Washington, Brainerd Campus Student Senate President, Naomi Ringhand, Honors Program graduate, and Martha Keene, Dean of Liberal Arts. Thank you all for participating in tonight's celebration. I am truly thankful and fortunate to work with nearly 300 outstanding employees who strive each and every day to help you, students, achieve your goals. And I'd like to introduce you to these special people. Will all Central Lakes College employees, regardless of where you're sitting, please stand to be recognized? Please help me thank these dedicated individuals. And finally, our graduates are surrounded by a network of family and friends who have provided critical support and encouragement along the way. And I need your help with this, graduates. If you could please stand, the graduates, and turn and face the audience, let's thank the special people in your lives. You may be seated. Thank you. So tonight, we come together to celebrate what I really think of as a milestone, graduating from college. And it's a special night. In fact, it's our very favorite night of the year. And that is the case because at Central Lakes College, everything we do is to help you to be successful. It's so important to us that we have a mission statement at CLC. Every college has one of these statements. It describes why we do what we do. And our mission statement is that we build futures. It's that important to us. And of course, the futures that we're talking about are yours. Now, this work of future building is a bit of a group project, something that you've probably become very familiar with. Some of you love them, and some of you may feel differently. But the bottom line is this one is a resounding success. You are the starring group members. You have sacrificed, you have persevered, you have weathered countless challenges, and yet you are here, and this is a tremendous accomplishment. You should be so proud. And there are other members of the group, the ones that we just introduced you to, are amazing employees who spend all of their time thinking about how to push you and help you grow and support you. It's their life's work. And then all the supporters, those who are here, those who couldn't be here, and for many of you, people who are no longer with us. They support us in ways that no one can imagine. So based on this group work, this has been a tremendous success, and you tonight have taken the first step toward your future. It is a big day. Now, a lot of people believe that when you graduate from college, your relationship with the college ends. That could not be further from the truth. In fact, relationships very seldom actually end. In fact, they just change. So that's what will happen here. Today, you stand or sit before me as Central Lakes College students. Very quickly, you will be CLC graduates, and then immediately thereafter and forevermore, you will be CLC alumni. This is important to us. We want you to know that you will always be part of this college. And it's important to be part of something. It means that you can influence it. And you have already influenced us. In fact, you have taught us. Yes, I did say that you have taught us. So tonight I want to share with you what we have learned from you, the class of 2018. 3 important things. First, you have taught us that as a college, we must be innovative. We use that word a lot, but we think of it to mean we have to embrace change. We have to think of new and different ways to provide you with what you need to be successful. And you taught us this. You taught us because you come with all sorts of unique challenges. Your needs change, and if you're changing, we have to embrace change. So based on what we learned from you, we commit to advancing innovation at CLC. The second thing that you taught us is that learning should be far more than an opportunity to gain some knowledge or content. Learning should, in fact, be inspired. And our faculty work extremely hard to find ways to help you connect with the content, to help it be meaningful in your own life, to give you opportunities to create. And based on what you've shown us, when that happens, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Just this year, we have watched you conduct some truly exciting research that has the potential to change this college. We've watched you create beautiful art and music and prose and theater. We've watched you make a tremendous difference in the communities we serve. We've heard you delve into complicated social topics, and we've watched you lead. That is inspired learning. And based on what you've shown us, we commit to being driven to help you be inspired to learn. And then finally, the third thing, and one of my very favorite things that you've taught us, is more of a reminder. You've reminded us of the power of transformation. You come to us with these hopes and these dreams. Every student does. And our job is to meet you where you are and help you find the tools to be successful. So you become transformed. But along the way, we become transformed too. So to illustrate, I want to share with you a brief student story of a student who has given us permission to share her story. I met Hannah just a couple of years ago, and like every student, Hannah came to us with challenges. Hers were around fear of social settings. She was fearful about going to class, about speaking out, about being noticed. She suffered from anxiety that was truly debilitating. But she decided to come to CLC and face her fears, and that inspires me. So she came here and she forced herself to go to class, which, let me tell you, was not easy. But she met some of these amazing people who work here, and they helped buoy her and make her feel that she could do it, and she could. And in class, she began to speak out, and she said that the first time she did, she cried. But it got easier. She joined some clubs. She hung out in the library so much that they gave her a job. That's saying something. She succeeded here. She made a difference here. She graduated from the honors program. She got her AA. And she credited this college with transforming her life, which is great. Except what I don't think Hannah knew, and many, many students like her don't know, is that she transformed us. Because every time she shared a concern, a hope, a struggle with our employees, they internalized that. They care deeply, and it makes them think differently about themselves. It makes them think about how we can better serve other students. They were transformed. The college learned from Hannah and many students like her. And because of what we've learned, I'm proud to tell you that next fall, we will be launching a program to support our students through mental health challenges. And we learned that because of Hannah and students like her. And then I am amazed that Hannah, last year at this time, stood at this very podium and she shared her story with this sea of 1,000 people, and she impacted every one of them. She transformed us. Hannah's story is your story. You may not suffer from anxiety or depression, but you might be the first in your family to go to college. You might be a veteran. You might be a parent. You might have to work multiple jobs. You might have financial challenges or academic challenges. You might struggle with an illness or addiction. Whatever the challenge is, you faced it. You persevered. You are here. It is profound, and you're different, and so are we. You've taught us the power of transformation, and based on that, we will continue to be dedicated to transforming lives. So here at CLC, when you learn something, I'm going to look at the faculty. I know that they just teach you things and they just move on. They want you to apply knowledge, right? So they ask you, what are you going to do with that thing you learned? So I think it's important to us that we do something with this newfound knowledge that we've gained from the class of 2018. And we will. I started out by telling you that we have a mission statement. Why we do what we do is because we build futures. But colleges also have to have this thing called a vision statement. And it's the statement that says where we want to go. what we're going to spend our time doing, what we'll prioritize, what we will emphasize, where we'll put our resources. So I'm proud to tell you that based on what you taught us, our new vision statement, when you're an alumni looking back at us, is that Central Lakes College is committed to advancing innovation, inspiring learning, and transforming lives. So thank you for being part of helping us to chart our own future. You will always be part of this college. So I have to end by coming back to my statement that this is our favorite day. And it's not just mine. Walking down the hall, several people stopped me and said, "Ooh, favorite day." And it is our favorite day. And a lot of people ask why. In fact, the news asked why tonight. It's because it's all about you, and because you will remember today. It doesn't matter if it's your first commencement or you've done this many times. It doesn't matter if it's the only one you will ever have or it's just one of many. You will remember this day. And I ask that you remember what it means. In my mind, it is simple. Today means that you are powerful. You are far more powerful than you could ever imagine. You are powerful enough to achieve the goals that you set before yourself, I promise. And you are powerful enough to change the world just by interacting with people and sharing your perspective. You'll change the world just like you changed this college. So when you take your next step and your next goal, need to know that you will always be part of this college, that we will be watching you. We're excited to see what you will do. And I promise that we will be here cheering you on every step of the way. Congratulations, class of 2018. So at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Joy Bodine, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs.
Good evening. I have the privilege to introduce you to one of our faculty members. In recognition that excellence in teaching is at the core of what we do, the Minnesota State Board of Trustees honors our faculty through a program called Awards for Excellence in Teaching. Each year, faculty, staff, students from across the system select up to 70 faculty members from their campuses to be recognized as outstanding educators. Please welcome Paul Hoffman. He is the recipient of this exciting award. He has been teaching marine and power sports at Central Lakes College since 2001.
Thank you, Joy. First off, congratulations, class of 2018, from myself and my fellow faculty members. Bear in mind, I am a teacher. That means I typically speak in 50-minute increments, so bear with me. When I was asked to provide the faculty address at today's ceremony, I started searching my mind and the internet for ideas. And then gentle reminders came from the college's public relations group saying that they wanted to approve my speech, which I think may be a new rule for this year. Well, when I was going through the internet, I came across a very fitting quote for today's speech. It's from a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, Les Payne. His advice to new reporters, and I assume myself, is tell the truth and duck. Now, in class, you're asked to respond to questions, correct? Okay, there's a question. I want you to respond. I have earned both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. What does that mean? This is where you answer. Went to school a long time. Smart, not quite sure, but thank you. Really, what it means is absolutely nothing. Just like your certificate, diploma, degree that you're earning today that you've worked hard for a couple years for, means nothing by itself. It's what you do with it. That piece of paper may get you an interview for a job, but you're the one that has to go to that interview and sell yourself. When you're talking to that employer, you have to sell yourself and tell them what you're worth. Their job is to get you as cheap as they can. Your job is to have them pay you what you're worth. And it's not going to do the work for you. Once you get that job, you're going to have to do it, and you're going to have to use those skills you've learned to make that money. Now, how many of you feel, there's a question again, how many of you feel that college was a little bit difficult? Okay, we're getting better. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but starting tomorrow, it gets more difficult. You're going to be going out in the workforce and earning your money, or going on to college to further your education. I would imagine that you all have big dreams about where you're going to be 10, 15, 20 years from now. And don't get me wrong, it's a good thing to have dreams, and I want you to chase those dreams, but don't let that be the only thing you do with your life. Your dreams don't have to be career-oriented either. That job that you do could pay to afford your dreams, whether that's vacations, hunting trips, donating to a charitable cause that you like. I dare say that very few people going into college or leaving college ever had the dream of having one of those jobs that shows up on Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs show. But they're good paying jobs, and they allow you to chase other dreams. That dream that you're chasing, don't be too focused on it. Don't forget about what is happening now. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Many of my colleagues over here, when they went to college, they went with the intention of becoming a teacher. Being a teacher was the furthest thing from my mind when I went through school. Even though my dad told me that I really should become a teacher because they have June, July, and August off. I went to a four-year college right out of high school, not because I wanted to, I was told I had to. And because of that, I may or may not have done very well in college. I didn't have a goal, I didn't know why I was there, I was just taking classes. And in that time, I changed my major 4 different times. So at the end of 6 years, I still hadn't graduated this 4-year college. And I also saw a lot of my fellow classmates working at Kmart with me, and people at Kmart that had degrees and didn't go out and chase their dreams and just stuck with working at Kmart, even though they had a degree that could get them somewhere else. So up to this point, I'd been chasing somebody else's dream. College wasn't a total loss, though. I did learn things. I met my wife there. I learned that I loved motorcycles. So I'd always kind of wanted to be a mechanic. I was going to become a mechanic and have my own motorcycle shop. We got married. We moved back to Brainerd. I came here. It was Brainerd Technical College then. And I was going to take the automotive program so that I could learn how to fix engines, and I'd apply that to motorcycles. And I'm talking to an advisor who's Joan Jenkins, who's around here somewhere today. And she goes, "We have a program for that." So I signed up that day and started that next fall. Now I was doing things that I wanted to do. By the way, when I graduated, it wasn't Brainerd Technical College anymore. I was the first graduating class of Central Lakes College. Fast forward a few years, I'm working as a technician at a marina, and my back is wearing out, not quite sure if I'm going to be able to be a technician much longer, looking at surgery. And one of my former instructors, Pat Abrahamson, he came up to me and he was retiring, and he encouraged me to apply for his job. Never even thought about teaching before that day. I applied. 2 weeks before school started, I was hired as the new instructor for what was then the Outdoor Power and Recreational Vehicle program. In that 2 weeks, Pat first told me that I had to redo a job sheet on the computer. Well, I was a technician, and I didn't know how to use Microsoft Word. So I had 2 weeks to get my act together and be ready. I believe Ron and Dar, they saved me a lot. So since I started teaching, I went back and I finished my bachelor's degree in what I believe is a record, 23 years. I started in 1987 and graduated in 2010. Then I went back and I got my master's degree. That only took me 2 years. And I don't say that to be braggadocious, which is kind of my new favorite word. I'm doing it to encourage you to never stop learning. If you go one day without learning something, you're not paying attention. So at the beginning of the speech, I told you your degree, diploma, certificate meant nothing. To clarify that a little bit, it means nothing if you let it mean nothing. You're in charge of what you do with that and what choices you make to chase that dream of yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul, and congratulations once again. It's now my pleasure to introduce Brainerd Campus Student Senate President Osiris Washington. Osiris came to CLC from Brooklyn Park, where he started varsity basketball for 2 consecutive seasons. He chose CLC to continue both his education and his basketball career, and he quickly got involved with many other parts of the college. In his first year at CLC, Osiris was a work-study student for the college's Marketing and Public Relations Department, where he wrote a student column for our paper, the West Pank Journal. He also served as a student senator, a graphic design intern, was a member of TRIO, and worked as an office assistant at a local law firm, all while maintaining a GPA of 3.4. He really likes being involved. During his second year at CLC, Osiris was a resident assistant for the Upward Bound program, high school students. He also served as a community advisor for Parkway Apartments. And to ensure that all students feel included here at Central Lakes College, he started the first ever hip-hop program. Osiris has strong leadership skills, good communication skills, and a terrific smile. He has a very bright future. Please welcome Osiris Washington.
I'm sure that's how we all felt about college. Good afternoon. I'm honored to be one of your 2018 graduation commencement speakers. Believe in yourself. You did it. I learned so much this year. As a first-generation college student from a low-income family, I am blessed to not only be here graduating, but to be a role model, spreading some words of wisdom with my fellow peers. Although I'm finishing on top, I did not come in that way. Believe in yourself and never let nobody tell you that you're not good enough. Sometimes we think we're too good because we come from humble beginnings. High confidence is only belief in ourselves. Graduating is a huge accomplishment for us and all of our families. I'm the first male in my family to graduate. African American, student senate president from homeless shelters and public housing. Honor student from Elliott and Franklin Avenue. I believed in myself, but I didn't do it by myself. Each of us had that support system while here at CLC, no matter what that support was, whether it was the Learning Commons, TRIO, or faculty office hours that helped support us during our time here. To excel in the workforce, whether it's the next level, to excel in the workforce or the next level of college, we need to find support. My TRIO advisor, Jane Vogt, will be retiring this year. She's an angel, and it's an honor to be going out with her. Because to be honest, I don't know what I would do without her. The TRIO department was family to me during my time at CLC because they gave me the financial support, moral support, and gave me the academic advising I needed to be successful. Jane pointed me in the direction of many resources within the college. One of these resources being a marketing and public relations work study with Ken and Jesse. When I first went to get the job, Ken told me that I didn't have enough experience. I had no experience, but I ended up getting a work study position within the Marketing and Public Relations Department. I did a great job, but I had no experience. I believed in myself. Marketing and public relations mandated I attended every student senate meeting, and through my involvement with Senate, students nominated me and elected me as Student Senate President. As a Senate and Student Life team, we accomplished a lot this year, organizing new activities such as the CLC Tip-Off, Native American Powwow Dance, the Hawaiian Luau, the Salsa Dance. There were a lot of clubs. We gave out a lot of free meals, hosted 2K tournaments, and much more. As a Senate team, at the beginning of the year, we set goals to be civically engaged. I thank Lori Beth Larson and Dave Kobilka for keeping us civically engaged. Being engaged helps achieve goals. Coach Russell came to my house in Brooklyn Park and signed me to play for him. The first day our team met, he had us write goals on a card. My card said I wanted to maintain a 3.5 GPA and transfer to another college on a full-ride scholarship. Set goals in life and set out to achieve them. Please take the time to enjoy this moment where we all have accomplished something. However, remember that success does not stop here. When you're in your next phase and things get hard, remember this speech and use your barriers as your motivations. To whom much is given, much is tested. You shall overcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Osiris. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce Brainerd campus student Naomi Ringhand. Naomi began her journey at Central Lakes College in the fall of 2016, and tonight she graduates with her Associate of Arts degree. She's also completing the CLC Honors Program, and this month will be graduating from Crosby Ironton High School. During her tenure at CLC, Naomi reached out to help others succeed and created positive change in her community. For example, she participated in Student Senate, worked in the Learning Commons as a tutor, formed meaningful relationships with peers in various student clubs and activities, and she used her voice to promote student interest to faculty and administration through academic research and represented the honors program to students and institutional personnel. Naomi is excited to begin new adventures at Franciscan University in Steubenville this fall. While studying at CLC, she encountered many dedicated and passionate English instructors who helped to foster a love for language and led her to her prospective field of English and social studies education. Whether drinking lattes, enjoying a morning run, engaging with her church community, or immersing herself in a great book, Naomi strives to find joy and achieve excellence. She looks forward to her future studies, which she hopes will transform her dreams into reality that she can run toward, reach for, and someday share with students of her very own. Please welcome Naomi Ringhand.
Good evening. Before I begin, I would like to thank Dr. Charlier, Vice President Kari Christensen, Vice President Joy Bodine, Paul Hoffman, our Student Senate President Osiris Washington, and I would also like to thank two individuals who have challenged, supported, and inspired me during my time here. Thank you, Jeff Johnson and Adam Marcotte. I would not be where I am or who I am today without either of you. Lastly, congratulations, graduates, my dear friends and classmates. It is an honor to stand among you today. When I was a little girl, I loved the rain. So whenever the gray clouds would roll in and the smell of rain flooded the air, I would run outside, stretch my arms wide, and turn my face toward the sky. I tried to catch every raindrop that fell. Sometimes I was so preoccupied with the rain I wasn't catching that I didn't realize I was drenched. Perhaps this story is an accurate reflection of my life up to this point. See, I've always wanted to do everything. Like some of you, I wanted to be in the drama club, the choir, and the orchestra. I wanted to be in sports, be involved in my church, have a lot of friends, and do well in school. This pattern continued when I came to CLC. You all know how easy it was those first few weeks of the semester to join this club or that club, to get involved in Student Senate, the honors program, trio, or Phi Theta Kappa. But as the weeks sailed by and the stress set in, we realized that we had spread ourselves much too thin. My parents saw this problem coming before I did, so they sat me down and told me, Naomi, you can't do everything. You just can't. You have to focus on something. Of course, to me, what I heard was, you have to say no to everything. So it is with speech writing, rain catching, and graduating. When we go off to whatever is next for us, we will be unable to understand or experience everything. This would be as impossible as my attempt to catch every raindrop or be involved in every activity. However, we can approach what we do not understand with wonder and awe. We can marvel at the impossible and pursue things outside the scope of our knowledge. What's important is being able to stand in the face of something we will never be able to get to the bottom of and still question, still seek. It's like that intro or survey course you may have taken. Intro to sociology, intro to the humanities, general psychology. Each one just barely skimming the surface of a topic you could spend years studying, you could spend your life studying, and you would never get to the bottom of. Or maybe it's like that research paper you wrote for Comp 2. I mean, who knew the vast amount of information that's available to us about a single stained glass window, or the effect that cell phones have on the mental health of college students? In studying the liberal arts, we have pursued knowledge in a wide variety of disciplines, such as literature, philosophy, mathematics, social and physical sciences. This is almost an intro course in and of itself. We have gleaned a little information about a lot of different things, but the impossibility of learning everything about everything hasn't stopped us from trying to understand and learn about the fraction of it that we could. Maybe the point wasn't to get to the bottom of these topics. Maybe what mattered was that we learned how to engage them anyway. Instead of being crushed flat by the enormity of these subjects and the complexity of this endless world that we live in, we have learned to question and to seek, to approach the unknown with trembling reverence and wonder, never fearful and free. This is the invaluable gift that education gives us, not just knowledge or expertise, but the habit of approaching what we do not understand and allowing it to challenge and change us. This wonder is what enables us to embrace the world like a child. Throughout my life, throughout our lives, we've been told time and time again that we simply cannot do everything. And that's the truth. We can't. But there is a great beauty and an unspeakable joy in pursuing even the unattainable with everything we've got, in running into that rain that we will never be able to catch, never be able to carry, with our arms outstretched and our faces turned toward the sky. And even as we run into that impossible, into the joyful unknown of whatever is next for us, we will look back over our shoulders, remembering those who taught us how. Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi, for those powerful words, and once again, thank you, Osiris. Tonight, we celebrate every member of the class of 2018. You have each worked diligently to achieve this milestone. But graduating with honor signifies truly outstanding academic achievement, so we want to take a moment to recognize those people who are graduating with honor. Those who have earned honors wear a cord as part of their regalia. Students with grade point averages of 3.25 to 3.75 graduate with honor and wear a silver cord. And those with grade point averages of 3.75 to 4.0 graduate with high honor and wear a gold cord. Will all students graduating with any honor please stand to be recognized? Please join me in thanking these students. Thank you. We also celebrate those who have aspired to earn a college credential while enrolled in high school. Each year, a growing number of regional high school students begin working on their college degrees as juniors and seniors through the post-secondary enrollment option, or PSEO. We consider them dual graduates because they're graduating from both Central Lakes College and their high schools this spring. This year, CLC has 81 high school seniors graduating with a diploma, an Associate of Arts, or an Associate of Applied Science degree. Will all PSEO students graduating tonight please stand and allow us to recognize you? Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. We have terrific students, as you can tell. Tonight, as the candidates for graduation cross the stage, you will see various accessories to the academic regalia, including stoles and cords of all sorts of colors, signifying membership in a range of student organizations. We are very proud of the work that our students do, so please refer to your program for a description of many of those activities and what the stoles and cords signify. And now, for the highlight of the event, our presentation of degrees, diplomas, and certificates. At this time, will Vice Presidents Christensen and Bodine and Dean Keene please come forward to assist with presenting the academic awards.
Will the candidates for degrees, diplomas, and certificates please rise and come forward for the presentation and conferring ceremonies? Accounting Program, Joan Portner Oscarson. Angela Marie Oder. Amanda Elaine Orline. Tiffany Lynn Murphy. Administrative Assistant Program, Christina Rose Hagan. Business Management Program, Brittany Joy Wind. Joshua William Wiskus. Sean Stephen Cray. Georgia Ariel Kimmen. Angela Lynn Erickson. Casey James Marshall. Associate of Arts Honors Program, Andrew Osborne Crosswhite. Ethan James Erfurth. Brady Randall Kowalczyk. Abby Schlater Newman. Gretchen Marie Brau. Angel Ann Buffo. Aliyah Marie Lupa. Samuel James Hardy. Ashley Marie Wituki. Jacob Patrick Haley. Allie Luann Gorman. Associate in Arts, Jeremy Milan Perencevic. Kylie Ruth Wells. Hope Raylyn Norenberg. Jenny Ann Reamer. Tashawn Carlton Kelly. Chianti Terrion Lintrell Jenkins. Osiris Washington. Kirsten Marie Newstrom. Emily Anna Gorman. Carrie Janine Mello. Michelle LaRae Stanek. Connie Carol Overy. Casey Stephen Welsh. Jordan Lee Van Rissigem. Peggy Katrine Cooper. Jody Lynn Mack. Maddie Marie Kovatovich. Naomi Catherine Nicole Ringhand. Hannah Elizabeth Larson. Brendan Douglas Knox. Bo Dwayne Sanford. Taylor Allie King. Rachel Susan Brazinka. Isabel Marie Payon. Lydia Mae Browning. Luke Charles Hartman. Brian Robert Steriker. Alexis Ray Johnson. Brianna Laura Adkins. Mariah Catherine Oakes. Luke Michael Sexer. Lauren Elizabeth Wisely. Joshua David Scott. Vivian Joyce Bukers. Mary Grace Elise Welty. Kirsten Ann Marie Rolfe. Hannah Marie Studniski. Marilyn Elizabeth Thayer. Christopher Philip Young. Guadalupe Orozco. William Burton Ketters. Parker Stephen Jerstad. Tori Marie Stepaniak. Brisa Guadalupe Mora Bautista. John Henry Becker. Alexis Patricia Biermeyer. Derek Daniel Loxterkamp. Taylor Joe Kingston. Tristan Elizabeth Marcies. April Ray Pullman. Samuel T. Olson. Rachel Jane Middendorf. Emma Ann Kadrowski. Ryan Allen Trout. Madison Rachel Barnett. Elise Russell Anderson. Hannah Margaret Bankers. River Richard Elstrom. Peyton Matthew Melby. Cody Joseph Cawley. Michelle Marie Waldock. Tiffany Ray Keene. Rachel Joy Dodd. Ashley Ann Robinson. Matthew Vernon Vetch. Morgan Joe Melby. Kayla Marie Larson. Lindsay Ray Bennett. Olivia Avery Leidenfrost. Andrea Grace Wagoner. Claire Margaret Paulson. Connor Russell Plaguey. Raina Ann Guzman. Claire Nicole Norland. Paige Margaret Bremer. Kaylee Ann Peterson. Andrea Lynn Geisenhoff. Kylie Mortensen. Brianna Ray Pliscott. Jay Harris. Guinevere Kyle. Ashley Rose Gack. Jenna Marie Angel DiMartino. Brittany Jo Miller. Randall Thomas Wickman. Tiffany Rayanne Lynn Ramberg. Crystal Leigh Sam. Darcy Lanine Armstrong. Taylor Dylan Roberts. Rose Kathleen Richards. Elena Avis Piet. Michaela May Rato. Abigail K. Dahl. Amanda Denise Waite. Morgan Marie Balder. Taylor Joy Olson. Heather Lynn Jocelyn. Rachel Ann Osland. Twyla Jo Anderson. Cassandra Ann Davis. Sophia Rose Irvine. Jade Marie Jensen Paniak. Bethany Susan Swim. In the Deaf Studies program, Chelsea Marie Lovin. In the engineering program, Stacy Renee Ziegler. And engineering honors, Paul Brian Warmoth.
Will all candidates for graduation please rise? President Charlier, the faculty of Central Lakes College has certified that these candidates meet all requirements for their degrees, diplomas, and certificates in their respective fields.
Upon recommendation of the Central Lakes College faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Minnesota State Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree, diploma, or certificate to which you're entitled with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining. Congratulations. And to signify the receipt of your degree, you can move your tassel, the right side to the left. Congratulations. Woo! Our favorite day of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes tonight's commencement exercises. As we close with the recessional, we ask that the audience please remain in place until the platform party, faculty, and students have fully exited. Please join us in the cafeteria for a reception honoring the graduates, and feel free to explore our campus to learn about our programs. Thank you again for joining us to celebrate the Liberal Arts and Science commencement.